welcome back to the channel Tarot Yogi. I'm Vinit, and today we have another timeless pick a card reading on how do people feel when you enter the room. And even before we begin the reading, I do want to announce that 27th of September I will be offering my Waite's Tarot course. So if you're a beginner to an intermediate student of tarot, definitely sign up. You don't want to miss this. I've become really good at teaching this course, and yeah, you can hit me up on my email to get more details on my Instagram, and you can do the same if you want a personal reading from me. And if you get a personal reading from me, I will also look at your birth chart as a part of your reading very gladly. And yeah, now let's get back into the reading on how do people feel when you enter the room. And we have 3 piles to choose from. Pile number 1, we have our Gustave Doré Tarot. Pile number 2, we have the Art Nouveau Tarot. And pile number 3, we have Tarot of the Dream Enchantress. So take a minute, see what pile is being called to you intuitively. The description box below will have a timestamp for your pile. And again, remember, these are general readings, so take what resonates, leave the rest. And if you like my style of reading, please do like the video, share, subscribe, comment. And if you're interested in getting a personal reading from me, if you're interested in learning tarot, do hit me up, and I will see you guys in your reading. Thank you. Hello, pile number 1. If you chose the Gustave Doré Tarot, this is your reading on how do people feel when you enter the room. And even before we begin this reading, I do want to announce 27th of September, I will be offering my Rider-Waite Tarot course. So if you want to learn the Rider-Waite Tarot from me, definitely sign up. I have become really good at teaching it. So you can hit me up on my email or Instagram to get more details, or you could do the same if you want a personal reading from me. And I will also be looking at your birth chart as a part of the personal reading that you get from me. And please do like the video, share, subscribe, comment. And now let's begin this reading on how do people feel when you enter the room. Okay, by number 1, we have the Empress, the Queen of Cups, 2 of Pentacles, 10 of Swords, Knight of Cups, Queen of Pentacles, 5 of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, and we have the 9 of Cups. How do people feel when you enter the room? You're very, very beautiful, very soft features, very delicate, very dainty. You look very ethereal. We have the combination of the Empress and the Queen of Cups. So Empress contains all the queens, and we also have Queen of Cups on top of that, and we also have the Queen of Pentacles. So again, very soft, very voluptuous, very serene. You have an inner serenity about you, and it just flows out of you. And that just engulfs people. So people are just transfixed, but in a very calming sort of a way. You are like a gentle wave that de-stresses everything around you. You definitely change the energy of the room that you walk in. We have 2 of Pentacles, and you make it more softer, and you make it more nice and comforting. You have a very gentle sort of a presence, but yet it is very commanding. And a lot of people, they just keep staring, because I'm trying to find words now, and I'm at a loss of words, and it's just people do want to talk to you. It's just being in your energy is so calming that they just want to take that in as much as they can. And and in a way, people lose time when they are in your energy, because you do sort of suspend them in this calmness that you have. So people don't realize that they are losing time, and they should probably, make a conversation with you. They're just so lost in your energy and enjoying that. So you might not have a lot of people talk to you as much, because there are a lot of people who do want to talk to you. People can definitely see that there is like an innocence about you. You are very pure of heart. People can sense that right away. People can also tell that you have integrated a lot of darkness within yourself, and that has led to this lightness that you sort of breeze through life with. You have the energy of a wise old woman, even if you're not old. You really have that sort of an energy that has been tempered through life, and it's just your presence. You don't have to say much, and I don't think you do say much. Not at least to people you don't know. I think you're very private, and I do think you are like a lioness. You know, you will be very protective of your own pride and your own cubs and people that are under you, so to speak. But whenever people do sort of encounter you, it is healing. Your light is very, very healing to people, pile number one. And people do sort of wonder about your backstory. And what I'm getting about your backstory over here is Ten of Swords, Knight of Cups, and Queen of Pentacles. You've had a lot of betrayal. You've had 10 swords in your back, and it only takes one to kill, right? But you've had 10 swords in your back, so people have really done you wrong, and could be lovers, could be family, people who were really supposed to protect you and love you, but yet you remain soft despite it all, and love is your design, and you operate out of that love. You are pure love. You definitely have a very interesting Venus placement. It is a very well placed Venus, Libra, Taurus, Pisces, first house, fifth house, second house, seventh house, 12th house. Even if it is combust or retrograde, it is still a very well placed Venus for you, and you are that, and I'm getting strongly even Venus on the ascendant, because it's what people see. So who you are sort of walks in the room before you actually walk into the room. Your energy and your presence, it sort of announces itself, but in a very gentle, soft sort of a way. And it's not even like an announcement, it's just you start feeling something. So you definitely make people feel a lot, even just at the first glance. It's like a kaleidoscope. And what it is, it's a kaleidoscope of their own feelings and thoughts, because you are like a mirror to a lot of people, and you do reflect to people what is within them and how much of what is within them that they have seen. So you do have a very magical energy, pile number one, and the more conscious you get of an understanding of what you're doing, you can use it more judiciously and to your benefit. And I think you already do that. Like I said, you do have this wise old woman's energy. Like you do have even, like I would say, crone energy, even if you're not that old. It's a very demanding sort of a presence that you have, and there's a regalness here. Even if you've had very humble beginnings, which I do feel you've had, you've still always had your regalness. So there is like a sense of nobility to you. It's like those princess stories where she's the princess, but no one knows she's the princess until she finds out later in the movie, right? So even in the harsh conditions, you've maintained your nobility and your grace, and you've not let life get to you. So in a way, you are very inspiring to people, by number one, and there's definitely a lot of people that are attracted to you here as well. A lot of people, more than you know, and people do sort of see you as the wish fulfillment as, you know, having you would be like having a spoonful of sugar. So you are very sweet, you are very tantalizing in every way. And people want more of that experience, even if they're trying to figure out what to say. You do look at the world through this very romantic sort of a view. I don't think anyone sees the world the way you do, pile number one, and that is your gift. Your ability to see the way you do is your gift, and I do feel that will expand and grow and get sharper even more with time. And the more you allow yourself to repose in your calmness, in your quietude, in your stillness, the better it will be for you. I think you're extremely giving. You do have an extremely motherly nature to you, even if you're a man over here, or a woman, or anything in the middle. You have that very sacrificial motherly energy, that very protective motherly energy. So, you're like a very good mother, I would say. So you just have to like extend that to yourself more, the way you do to anyone and everyone who needs it. You give it to the strangers, you give it to the people you love, you give it to the birds and the bees, but you also need to give it to yourself, pile number one. That is also important over here. And I don't think you're feeling at your best right now. Like, you can glow even brighter, and you're just glowing a little dim right now because I think you might feel a little fatigued, tired, or stretched too thin. But you have reserves of energy that you can tap in at all times that are available to you. So don't like stop shining, because you are sort of like that eternal light for people, and you do bring people hope. So continue to shine even brighter and allow yourself to also take the center stage. You don't have to hide, you know. And like I said, you do have a commanding presence, so you don't have to do much. But I think the more you learn to take care of yourself better, I think the more you would improve with even being able to give yourself more. So it is all connected. So I think what you need to do is maybe find more time for yourself, by number one. People do sort of see the worry on your face at times, and people do want to comfort you. It's just you are so good, and the goodness of your heart, people just feel like someone like you should not have worries, and you are extremely selfless. So I think what you have to really do is keep finding out who you are all the time. I think that's a very important self-inquiry you need to go. And I don't think the answer is simple, and I don't think you'll get the answer right away. I think this is something you contemplate over a long period of time, and let the answer come to you over a long period of time in stillness. And realize that you are everything that you have been, and everything you want to be, and everything you will be, right? You sort of exist like a facet. different facets of the diamond. So try to see yourself at a more deeper level. I think that is something that is going to really help you navigate even the external world a little better. So finding more time for yourself, sitting in meditation more, giving yourself your own energy to sort of bathe and luxuriate in is what is going to help you get further on your path. Because I think you're removing time for everyone but yourself. And since it's coming up over and over again, I do think that is sort of an important message over here, point number one. So definitely don't forget to take care of yourself as well. And if there are money concerns, just you're better than that, and lean more into your spirituality to solve your 3D problems, right? You're too powerful to be worried about anything, especially mundane matters. Quiet strength, that's what you have, and that's what people feel when you walk into the room. Like there's an instant acknowledgement of your presence. That's what your energy feels like by number one. And you could be extremely talented. I think you could have a very specific, hyper specialized talent, a very sought after skill that people want. I think a lot of people want what you have and want what you can do, but they would not survive even 5 minutes in your shoes by number one. And I think you also know that. And I do think you giggle to yourself about it. Just the silliness of ignorant humans, right? So you're very intelligent, and not everything deserves a response or a reaction. So continue to shine, honestly, and I think you're really needed, and you do sort of even balance out the extremeness in a room. You sort of bring more harmony to the space that you walk into because you're so harmonious within yourself. And again, this is a lot of the inner stillness that you have cultivated for yourself that is projecting outwards, as a blessing. So expect more blessings to come to you and to sort of maintain this, state of inner harmony that you have achieved. It is truly commendable by number one. I do think you have a lot of suitors, but I don't think you're really interested. I do think you might have an eye for someone, or you will have an eye for one very specific person soon, if that hasn't already happened. Shuffle smarter. Anything I missed? Okay, pile number one, we have card number 37, which is Dharma of Kali, and you have balanced your darkness. You have mitigated and tamed all parts of yourself that were chaotic, and yet you know when to bring out that side of you whenever the situation requires it. And even your ability to discern has become very strong. So you are a force to be reckoned with, by number one. And you do sort of show up in this very selfless way as to let something greater than you work within you. And that is beautiful. And you're able to touch more hearts because you let God flow through you that way, by number one. So continue to be the bright light that you are, and things are only gonna get better than they already are for you. So you have nothing to worry about, and just focus on the goodness. And if you're not able to find any goodness outside, look for it inside, because you'll always find it within yourself. It is abundantly present, and you're very aware of that, and that has gotten you through the difficulties, and that is what will always get you through, no matter what challenge you're facing at what age, you know. So always come back to yourself, within yourself. I think that is the core message over here. And when you do need to tap into your dark feminine, go for it. I think you will know when it is required to pull out the weapon, right? Yeah. Anything else? That's all I have for pile number one. Again, it's a general reading. So please take what resonates, leave the rest. And if you like my style of reading, please like the video, share, subscribe, comment. And if you're interested in getting a personal reading from me, if you're interested in learning tarot, definitely sign up, and you can hit me up on my email or my Instagram, and I will see you guys in your next reading. Thank you. Hello, pile number two. If you chose the Art Nouveau Tarot, this is your reading on how do people feel when you walk into the room. And even before we begin this reading, I do want to announce that 27th of September, I will be offering my Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot course. So if you're interested in learning the Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot from me, definitely sign up. And you can do the same if you want a personal reading from me. You can hit me up on my email or Instagram to get more details. And please do like the video, share, subscribe, comment. And now let's begin this reading on how do people feel when you enter the room. Okay, pile number two, we have the World card, we have the Moon, Two of Pentacles, the Magician, Four of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, Eight of Cups, Justice, and we have the Seven of Swords. There's a newness to your energy. People don't feel like they have met you ever. Yet there's an intrigue about you. People want to know you. And the reading starts with the World and the Moon, two majors. And it is Saturn and Pisces. And Saturn is in Pisces right now. Saturn is going to go retrograde, I think. So there's a coldness to you when you enter a room. There's a sternness to you. There's a seriousness to you. There's a somberness to you. You could have Saturn in the first house of your birth chart. You've had to grow up very quickly, very fast. You couldn't really be a child for a long time. And you're very responsible. You get things done. You don't look like the things you've been through because you look very beautiful, you look very soft, you look very dreamy. You do look very beautiful. I think you could have a very sharp jawline, a very beautiful like bone structure in the face, beautiful lips. But I think you have bad eyesight. I do think you have the combination of that. So in a way, when you walk into a room, people are attracted to you, but people are also scared of you. People know not to cross you because you have the Judgment and the Seven of Swords. You will walk away from anything that is even feels wrong. And people do sort of want to impress you. You do sort of have that energy of, wanting to be validated. Like being validated from you would be just the best feeling ever to someone. I don't think you share a lot about yourself. I think you're very secretive. You might listen to things people have to say about themselves, but you don't really share a lot of things about you. People don't really know a lot of things about you, except maybe your close people. But even they don't know everything about you. So you do like to keep things hidden. And I do think you have this whole different side that you don't show a lot of people. So I just feel like I'm going through like mystery drawers, trying to figure you out by number two. That's what it feels like. And I do get that there's a reason why you are the way you are. And I find you very intriguing. You do have people curious about you, I would say that. People do try to maybe think about your backstory, what things are like for you. People do like to sort of put themselves in your shoes and see, but they don't really know you. So it's all just very speculative and again very dreamy. People again, there's a lot of this projection. I think people love to project their fantasies onto you and what kind of a person you would be. And I do think you're very Saturnine. I do think you're extremely Saturnian in the way that, you are very traditionally masculine. So when you enter a room, people do sort of want to sit up and, pay attention. You do sort of have a bit of a strict energy to you, pile number one. You are a high achiever. You do get what you want, and you are very shrewd with everything. You take everything in equal measure, and you do live your life with this great sort of discipline. And it is extremely rewarding to someone like you. You could even follow a routine that only you could follow, and you follow it flawlessly. And I think it gives you a great sense of joy. And I think you're a very dutiful person. I think you love doing your duties. Yet you're very loving. You are very loving, and I don't think everyone gets to see the loving side of you. And I think you only get to explore the loving side of you with very, very few people in your life. Maybe only like one person in your life. So, again, there are these different versions people know of you. I feel I'm being very intrusive over here. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I'm trying to fish for information. So, you are very secretive, aren't you, pile number two? I do feel something has happened over here that you do think about a lot. And I'm hearing spirits say it wasn't really your fault and you don't have to blame yourself for it. It's just how things were supposed to happen. So that might be a specific message for someone, and you could like the night. or there's just something very stealthy about you. You have this ability of turning on your persona and going under stealth when you need to. People only notice you walk into a room when you want them to notice you walk into a room. You could fly under the radar if you wanted, and you do that often too. So everything with you is very calculated and intentional. You are like a true mage witch, pile number two. That's what I would say. You're so particular and precise about everything, and you could have prominent Virgo in your birth chart because you do have this very Virgo-like precision about just going about your activities that I see. And you move on very quick. I don't think you stay stuck at all. And I think you're always sort of moving towards your own journey on what and where you want to be and what you want to do. You're always on to the next. And you are very motivating to people even when people don't know you. Like I said, it's like a burst of energy people feel when they look at you. And it's like all of a sudden they realize, they haven't done their homework or something, or they want to go home and work out. You give people that feeling because you are an achiever and you have that active within yourself. So when people look at you who don't do a lot, you do sort of inspire them to do more. You do have the energy of like a stern old teacher, but a very just teacher, and a teacher who really knows how to get the job done. You're stern but loving. That's what I would say by number two. And you look very dreamy. You could look extremely attractive over here as well. You could be a bit of a brooder, but I think only in your alone time. And I think when things go bad or wrong, you like to stay alone. I do think that is also something you do. And Spirit is telling you to maybe reach out to more people who are like you, that you know and you have around. The very few people that you do have around that you like. Don't keep to yourself. Do reach out whenever you feel the need, and don't take everything so seriously too. I think you need to be able to, joke about the horrible things that have even happened to you, pile number two. Things don't always have to be so serious because nothing is that serious at the end of the day. Right? So if you can't find the silver lining, just make a good joke out of it. And trauma is the most funny thing, right? Because that's what basically everyone's stand-up comedy career is. So just enjoy more. I think you just need to enjoy more, and things don't always have to be so grim and serious, right? Learn to switch it off when you're not working, that side of you, because you will be able to get more out of life that way, I feel. I do feel you'll be coming into a lot more blessings very soon. You'll be able to go out more if that's what you want to do. And if you're looking for love, you will find some love as well. And if you have a partner, things will be good with your partner. So I'm getting a few things over here. You're extremely perceptive. And you understand cause and effect very well. And you understand karma very well now, and you know what to do and what loopholes you can actually play to do certain things. And I think you're doing that very well. And you're also taking up the task of, being self-confrontational and working through those difficult aspects of yourself that can be troublesome for you in the future. So you're not putting all the work for the last minute, you're getting it done beforehand. So you are a bit of this taskmaster. You could have Ketu in the 10th. You could have Ketu even in Capricorn, because you do have that worker energy, and I think your comfort zone is work, but you have to learn to, focus on other areas of your life too, like your interpersonal relationships and home, for example, by number 2. I do think that is very, very important, because what you truly matter in this life, I think you have to ask yourself, what is it that you truly matters to you in this life? What is the meaning of everything? And being clear about that answer within yourself at all times, even if it changes, is important. So a little self-reflection at your end is needed. Definitely, file number 2. I think you're very respected in workspace, and I do think you'll be getting a promotion, or you'll be getting a better paying job soon. If that's what you're looking for, it's definitely in the cards, and you will also have the energy to go after it. So don't put all your eggs in one basket right now. And the more you enjoy your daily life, the better work will also get for you. And stop overthinking. Stop overthinking, pile number 2. Shuffle some marker. Okay, pile number 2, we have Bhavatarani. So don't be worried about material things. Definitely be shrewd right now with your time and your resources, expenditure, all those things. But don't worry. And if you want extra money and if you're not gonna get it through, your 3D, expect a miracle to happen, and you will get the funds that you need for whatever it is. So don't stress. Rely more on the higher powers right now to also help you get through the difficulties that you might be facing. You are sort of in a transitional phase, and this is a rite of passage for you. So you are being shown the way. I think you're seeing a lot of signs and synchronicities as well. So just keep following the trail, and you will be where you need to be very, very soon. So don't give up right now. Don't get disillusioned, and don't give up right now. I think that's the biggest message for you, pile number 2. The jadedness, the tiredness. Give yourself some break. Give yourself a rest, and then get back to it. Because the only way here is through, and I think what you're walking towards is your blessings. And I do think you'll be able to walk into rooms that you've always wanted to walk into, which wasn't available before. So you are going to grow, your dominion is going to grow, your influence is going to grow. More people will want to know you, more people will want to get to know you. So your sphere of influence is also increasing. So you're not going crazy, it's a test, and pass it and only good things will happen. Right? Yeah. Anything else? That's all I see for pile number 2 is a kind of general reading. So please take what resonates, leave the rest, and if you like my style of reading, please do like the video, share, subscribe, comment, and if you want a personal reading from me, if you want to learn tarot, definitely sign up. You can send me an email to get more details, or you can hit me up on my Instagram. And yeah, I will see you guys in your next reading. Thank you. Hello, pile number 3. If you chose the Tarot of the Dream Enchantress, this is your reading on how do people feel when you walk into the room. And even before we begin this reading, I do want to announce that 27th September, I will be offering my Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot course. So if you're interested in learning the tarot from me, do sign up. You can send me an email to get more details. You can hit me up on my Instagram, and you can do the same if you want a personal reading from me. And now let's begin this reading on how do people feel when you walk into the room. Okay, pile number 3, we have the Strength, we have the Lovers, and the Fool, 3 major arcanas in the top row. Queen of Pentacles, 6 of Swords, 9 of Swords, Hierophant, King of Pentacles, and the 8 of Cups. We have strong Taurus energy with the Hierophant and the King of Pentacles. And we have strong Saturnian and Piscean Jupiterian energy with Saturn and Pisces, 8 of Cups. Firstly, people feel very happy when you walk into the room because I don't think you usually walk into a lot of rooms. So whenever people see you, they're very glad to see you. And just generally, you have a very happy presence about you. You have a very calming aura. It just makes people smile. It makes people be sweet. Your aura is very disarming to people. People just want to be nice to you. I think that's how people feel when you enter the room that they are in. And people do feel your strength. People do feel your inner sort of balance that you have. This inner balance that you've created within yourself by making a vow to your higher self and following that vow always, by always doing the right thing ethically, morally, and always following your own inner compass and the lightness that resolves in your being when you really follow your own higher path and not listen to other people, right, or what everyone else is doing and be miserable. You have really attuned your inner compass to your true north, and I think you follow that with complete dedication and faith and fervor. And because of that, your vibrations are so high and pure and intoxicating to people, by number 3. So people do look up to you. You're very aspirational. You're very inspirational. You're definitely on a lot of people's mood boards. That's what I would say by number 3. You wear a lot of different hats and masks whenever it is required of you, and people only know a certain version of you. People don't always know the real you, and very few people know the real you. And you also understand it has taken you forever to understand who you really are under all these masks and hats that you wear, right? So you're very good at the performative aspect of things, and you understand how to do it and the purpose of it, and yet you're detached from it. That gives you the power over things. You're not moved by most material things in the material world. Yes, you might want nice things, you might want a certain car, but it doesn't that that doesn't own you. you know your inner freedom is felt by people when you walk into the room, and people do sort of want to become more like you or be more like you. So people really want to know how do you do that, and it is this making a vow to your higher self, right? And you do have strength. You're very strong. People do feel that as well, but you don't have the brute kind of strength. It's a different kind of a fortitude where it is gentle, it is commanding, and it doesn't need a lot of force to do what it does. It's not flashy, right? And we have the Queen of Pentacles and the Six of Swords. So you're very unbothered. You're usually just in your own world. And yeah, you do overthink. I do see that with the Nine of Swords. You are a bit of an overthinker, and maybe you do indulge in bad habits that are not good for you. Again, it's giving 12th house prominence. So look into that astrologically, and if there's certain addictive patterns that you have, understand that it is generational and you're breaking that, right? So you're benefiting not just yourself, but your family lineage on both the sides, maternal, paternal, and past and present. So, and the future. So You're doing big stuff, pile number three, and people also want knowledge from you. People want to know things from you, and people also want to know things about you. It's both the things. Because you could be a natural teacher over here. We do have the Hierophant energy, so people feel they can learn something from you and you have something to give. And it's just this lived experience that you've had, even if you're very young. You do have that energy of a teacher, and people feel that when you walk into the room. So there's a natural awe and respect that people approach you with. And I think you are also about your money, because you have the Queen of Pentacles and we have the King of Pentacles. You understand that you are the most precious gem, but you also like gems. That's what I'm feeling. And I just feel like I'm leaning forward. So people do sort of want to come closer to you when you enter a room and get to know you and talk to you. And you could dress really well. I think you have a very distinct way of dressing, styling yourself, doing your makeup, doing your hair. It is very appealing to people. People are very attracted to you. And again, it's all this wealth that you generate for yourself from this inner stability that you have created. I think that is what people really want to get to know. But again, this is just something you've done over lifetimes, right? It is compounded hard work. And yes, people can also do this in this very lifetime, but you know, there's no real instruction manual over here. You just have to, make a vow to your higher self and just, follow your own inner calling and not look for answers outside yourself or see how one person did something or how another person did something else. You know, you have tapped into the source itself by number three, so you move differently and you are very different, but in the best way possible. Right? You're so different that everyone else sort of wants to be like you, but they cannot be another you because you're already it. Right? By number three. People do feel you're very contemplative. People do feel you do take the time out, and maybe you could be into the arts. So people are very attracted to your soft feminine side as well. You take your time to make your decisions, and you're very slow to take action, but your action is very precise and you always land the blow that you want to. So you have a very polished finishing move. That's what I would say by number three. I do think you prefer to be alone. I do think you prefer to be alone. Like I said, you don't walk into rooms often, so whenever people do see you, it is always pleasant. You do have a lot to give by number three, and it can be very exhausting when people want to know a lot out of you. And I know you're happy to help and share your knowledge, but you often feel as if you're not really being seen for who you really are, and what you truly have to give. So I do think the right people will come in, or the right person will come in for you to do that. So you would truly feel seen and heard, and not just, have this hierophant relationship with the masses that you're supposed to have anyway. But I'm just saying, you will have the love of friends and, a partner. If you don't already have that, it is coming to you very, very soon. So you won't have to just selflessly give and, be sort of a martyr that way. Things don't have to come at a personal expense. And I think you're learning that as a very big spiritual lesson in this lifetime. what really sets you apart from other people is you're not moved by the thing that most humans are moved by. You're not controlled by your vices, and you're not gonna be a slave to your vices, or to any of the seven deadly sins, so to speak. You have reached a level of mastery, and people want that. It's really coveted, but you know what it takes, and it takes a lot of effort and hard work consistently, and consistently looking into the depths of your own shadows to be at this place that you are in pile number 3. So people need to also realize that they can also have that for themselves if they just stop looking outside. So you teach people a lot, even if they're not learning exactly what you're teaching them, they do learn something at their own level that they can learn. So you have a very strong influential energy. It's very Jupiterian that way, I do feel. You could have a strong Jupiter in your birth chart. Even if it's debilitated, it's at a very high degree. And if you have Jupiter in Capricorn, which its debilitation place, it is still very exalted when it reaches the critical degrees, because the critical degrees are the horns of the Capricorn. So if you have any personal planet there, 25 to 28 degrees of Capricorn, you're extremely psychic. You're extremely connected to the ethers, and you get messages directly, like speed download. So look into that as well. Because you do have that ability of pulling down messages very easily. Like it won't cost you a thing. And these are gifts. You're supposed to use them to further yourself. Use your gifts first on yourself too. Don't just be selflessly given. Because you will always find the way out. Sometimes we forget that ourselves. So remind that to yourself. I think that's also very, very important over here, file number 3. Shuffle some oracle. Okay, pile number 3, we have card number 26, Sodashi, card number 13, Yoga Shakti, and card number 10, Kundalini Shakti. You could be very young, or you could look very young. You don't look like your age. Again, because of all this alchemical work that you've done within yourself. You definitely are aging very slowly, and you're aging like fine wine for sure. And yet there is all this wise energy within you. So I definitely feel these are like my psychics and tarot readers here too, and astrologers too, because you're supposed to awaken the masses in a way. So again, personal life has been a bit of a mess. So you can, stand in your own power and inspire people. So you have a very ordained destiny. Things already sort of decided for you, but that's the best sort of possible thing, because it's divinely ordained, and you're protected at all times. And again, there's just all this attraction towards you, and what that attraction is, in a way, an activation of a Shakti within other people. You are awakening the goddess within other people, pile number 3, and that is very potent magic. That is very, very powerful. It is a form of Shaktipat in a way, what you're doing to people. But it is because you work so closely with the goddess that, she flows through you. So just continue to do what you're doing, and you will be able to attract in whatever you need, because you will be attracting in everything. So just be a little careful and filter out what is not really required at your end, so you can truly have what you want over here. Because And you're also supposed to fulfill all your material desires in this lifetime. So don't hold back and don't restrict yourself. Allow yourself to really live and enjoy that. Enjoy your lived experience. That is what will help you. By number 3. Any other messages? Yeah, that's all I have. Again, it's a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest. And if you like my style of reading, please do like the video, share, subscribe, comment. And if you want to reach out for a private reading, you can do that. If you want to learn tarot from me, you can sign up. My details are given in the description box below, and I will see you guys in the next reading. Thank you.